Hey everyone, we're at Alley Cats in Toronto and we're about to talk to the man whose concert will be kicking off the Juno Awards weekend, City in Colour. Dallas.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Fresh off a plane, or
Yeah.
close to?
Well, yeah, pretty close. The other day I was like kind of just going over the tour dates that we did in 2010 and it was pretty crazy. Like I went to Australia twice, Europe twice, America twice.
And sold out,
Canada
I don't know
twice.
how many shows.
Yeah, it was good.
In the UK as well, where you opened for Pink?
It was like a completely interesting experience. Like it was something I'd never, like there's not many people who play in soccer stadiums, you know, and I don't think I ever thought that I would get to play in a soccer stadium.
And what was the feeling like? The first show?
It was great. Like we just went up there and played, and we played 5 songs, and then just like got right off, you know, because I know how it is to be an opening act, and I know I've been in the audience and just wanted to see the headliner, you know what I mean? So we tried not to wear out our welcome.
Did you never assume that this solo project would take off the way it did?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I never really thought anything I did would take off. So, and then especially when you come from like when I come from like a band that started playing in Polish halls and on the floor in people's basements and stuff like that, you know, like you don't grow up thinking that you'll be able to sing in places that are famous, like Massey Hall or like theaters and the Royal Albert Hall, like one of the most famous venues in the world. You shouldn't expect that, you know what I mean? You should just work for it and see what happens.
And you are working for it, because that third album is complete.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm on the road with Alexis on Fire, I just kind of sit in the background and try and write songs, you know. In between tours and stuff, like I would come home and demo new songs that I'd been working on.
What about the recording process? Is it similar to your second album, Bring Me Your Love, where everything was kind of off the floor with that vintage, a little imperfect taste to it?
Definitely, like I think that's just the way. After making Bring Me Your Love, that made me realize that's how I want to make records. I kind of try to have like a 3-take rule with myself. Like I'll do 1 to 3 takes, and that's usually it. And instead of like finding the perfect one, you just sort of pick the one that makes sense.
Is there a little bit more piano, a few more instruments? Are we sticking with the guitar?
No, yeah, there's like a couple of songs that I wrote that are more like, I guess, piano-based, if you will.
Why did you turn to that instrument?
I've always, like, since I was a kid in high school, like I started teaching myself how to play the piano, and I'm not very good at it, but I think I can kind of make it sound pretty. And then I think that I've finally gotten to a place where there's a few songs I've written on the piano that I feel comfortable putting out there.
Writing lyrics or music? How does it work for you? Which comes first?
Music first, always. I have a very difficult time with lyrics.
The fact that you're in a band, Alexis on Fire, and you have a solo project that is almost at the complete opposites, music genre-wise. Do you find that there's a lot of the fans that do cross over between the two?
Yeah, definitely. Like I've had definitely people come up to me like on Alexis tours that say, you know, I just recently got into Alexis because of City in Colour. And I think that's pretty cool. Like that opened the doors up for them to try and listen to something heavier and aggressive. And they actually turned out to like it. I think that's awesome. Shad and I met a few years ago, but 2 years ago we did the Warped Tour together, and then Shad sent me a track asking if I would sing on his record, and it just didn't work out timing-wise. Like then his record came out, and I listened to it. I was just so blown away by his new record, and I was so devastated that I actually didn't get a chance to be on it. So then I called them and was like, let's do something fun with that song that he wanted me to sing on, and like I have this idea that we could probably turn into like a hip-hop song. And then yeah, we just ended up doing Shad and Dallas.
Be on the lookout for City in Colour's third studio album. We'll see you again next month.